Okay, so yeah, you can see here, this is the whales keep buying, price did not follow. Okay, yeah, so that's the thing about sentiment. You have to understand market sentiment, market behavior. So no matter how bullish the whales are, no matter how bullish hedge funds like Michael Silver, BlackRock, they may be buying, right? They may be pushing the price probably a little, but the sentiment is still very. So what can you, no matter how much of bullish news that can be able to push the market still not there. Okay, we need the resistance zone by cast. So support is around 62 to 62.5. That is a critical support. And then using that support will most likely be somewhere around 62. Okay. And then a possible lower scenario will be around 57, 57K. So that's the setup for this month. Okay. So high anticipation, probably one more last drop, one more last calculation. Okay. Should we see we go below 60K, highly possible? Okay, around the 55. I think that is a very good area to actually accumulate, right? Okay. So same thing again, sentiment, so important. No matter how bullish you are in any type of altcoins or BDC or whatever market, if the sentiment is bearish, it will still remain as bearish, no matter how bullish the company is or the utility or the use case. You will still having the spillover effect on the sentiment. Then we look at Hyperliquid's performance. Okay, so they're not just a derivatives trading platform. Okay, they are tokenizing those US market stocks as well. Those companies that are public listed. Okay, everything all most likely Hyperliquid will be taking that kind of market share as well. They are really more than just crypto. Okay, I think they are engaging so many financial products, services, okay, right? Tokenizing the stocks, okay, so that traders like us or people like us who not want to go to track part be able to use Hyperliquid as a gateway to trade, right? So you don't need a KYC to sign up for Hyperliquid. You just need your MetaMask wallet connect. And then if you look here, ETFs are gaining share in Gen Z portfolios. Okay. All right. So got the leverage inverse ETF. Okay. Not much, right? If you look at it, 4.6%. But if you look at this gray here, is a single stock, 77% from June. Fast forward to August, we got about 78.1. Okay. And the leverage have reduced to about 2.7%. Okay. So you can see huge contrast from June to August. Okay. You can see where are they leading to. Okay. So they even increase their exposure. Yes. So they know what they're doing, right? They do not want a high risk type of leverage, right? But they prefer conservative approach, slowly but surely, right? So wider tokenized stock market also expanded during the period, right? RWA.XYZ value distributed tokenized equities roughly about 2.4 B. Okay, huge opportunity there. So there you go. There's no more excuse that you cannot buy US stock market or US shares. Okay, where you are complaining that, oh, you need to KYC, you need to open an offshore account, and then you got to fund in bank wire transfer. Now you don't need to anymore. We either get one more last drop, okay, according to the 4-year cycle, or we could already consolidate range right now at around the 60K range. We could range for weeks to months or to even 1 year before we see this thing move up again. Okay, so from here, I move to the 50K area would actually be a very conservative bear market outcome. So no bottom call is safe before, probably, right? So best October, again, first week, second week, even right now, how are you going to plan? How are you going to plan? How are you going to strategize your dry powder? You're not going to wait until October, then you start to think, oh, should I go in now or should I wait some more? You don't. You start planning now. You start planning how to display. You figure out with your AI, your ChatGPT, your plot. Okay, I have this much amount of USDT. How am I going to enter for Bitcoin gold? How can I enter just for outs like Solana, Hyperliquid? Okay, start planning. Don't wait until when things starts to move, then only start to plan. But then Swiss block, right? So Bitcoin momentum, ignition has failed, keeping the March April roadmap to see here. Okay, so what happened? Okay, so now we are already at from transition, and then we move from where? Big ignition. And now it's breaking below this dotted line again. So should we get the successful break ignition and continue up? Probably. This could be the number 3 where everybody will think right now. So this can remain a sideways consolidation as long as Bitcoin holds around 62.3 to 62.5 and momentum stays inside the transition period. See here? Keyword here is what? Momentum stays inside the transition area. 2025 was the peak where the bear market started on October, right? Last year, October. So every single time people said it's over, they were wrong. So you want to buy during the down times, during extreme fear, during extreme fight. When people say that Bitcoin is already dead, this and that. So then you got to be very clear with your conviction, your strategy as well, going into this crypto market. So without conviction, without clarity, you are going to make the same mistake again from last 2 cycles. Or probably if you're new, then you might want to really start with them, right? Don't panic again. The halving cycle theory bottom range doesn't start until probably CryptoQuant may be right or may be wrong here, but do I seem to care? Do I need to wait until November then I will buy? Probably not. Okay, because I'm going to DC8. I'm not going to wait until November. So October is my game plan. And I roughly know what I'm going to do, DCE, rather than picking the bottom. And then the bear market that lasted for almost a year or 2 and 2 months, right? 2014 and 410 days is most time conveniently left out. The bear market are always 1 year ago. Okay. Right? So patience for better price, just yeah, probably. And it might cost you also. You miss, maybe the market might surprise you also. So you might never know. You might never know, maybe September, it could also come. It won't give you the ranging consolidation, correct? So we might never know. And then, so many good things are happening now. So fingers crossed, and let's hope for the best. So yeah, I think that's all I have for tonight, guys.